Stop for a second. Put the phone down like it's a weight you don't need to carry. Sit up, shoulders back. One deep breath in and a slow breath out. Feel how quiet gets louder when the screen goes dark. Now ask yourself, no excuses, no performance, just truth. Am I actually living, or am I just running on autopilot? Most people want the same things: freedom, money, peace of mind, respect, real love, a body that feels strong, work that means something, a business or career you can stand behind, a future that doesn't keep you tense at night. But wanting isn't the point. Here's the only question that matters. What did you do today that moved you toward that life? Not what you planned, not what you watched, not what you talked about. What did you do? One call, one page, one workout, one hard decision. If the answer stings, good. Pain is feedback. It means you're awake enough to change. Keep the message, take the action. Below are 20 hard truths and what to do with them. Lesson 1. Time isn't money. Time is you. People love the phrase, killing time, like time is some disposable thing you can throw away and replace later. But that's the lie. You don't kill time. Time kills you. Quietly, patiently, one wasted hour at a time. Every time you say, "I'll start tomorrow," you're making a trade without noticing it. You're swapping your future self for a moment of comfort right now. Because tomorrow isn't a plan, it's a hiding place. It's where goals go to rot when you don't want to feel the discomfort of starting. And the cost is never obvious in the moment. 1 hour here, 1 hour there, until weeks turn into months and you can't explain why nothing changed. Do this. Cut 1 hour of scrolling today. Not later, today. Take that same hour and invest it like it matters. A skill, a workout, a project, learning. One focused hour daily doesn't just add up. It rewrites your identity. Do that for a year, and you won't recognize your life. Lesson 2. Stop blaming. Start owning. Blame feels good for a moment because it gives you a story where you're not at fault. Your parents didn't teach you. Your city has no opportunities. Your boss is unfair. Your past messed you up. Maybe all of that is true. But here's the hard part. None of them can fix your life. They can't wake up early for you. They can't build your skills. They can't protect your health. Waiting for them to change is how people lose years. Life isn't fair, but it is simple. You are responsible for your results, not for everything that happened to you, but for what happens next. Responsibility isn't self-hate. It's power. The moment you own the outcome, you gain the right to change it. Do this. Write your top 3 problems. Be specific, not dramatic. Under each one, write one action you can take this week, one call, one application, one training session, one boundary, 1 hour of focused work. Ownership turns chaos into a plan, and a plan turns fear into movement. Lesson 3. Comfort is a beautiful prison. Comfort looks harmless. It feels like safety. It whispers, "Relax, you deserve it. Start tomorrow." And if your days follow the same loop, wake up to phone, to food, to videos, to maybe later, to sleep, Don't call it peace. Call it slow surrender. Because nothing is attacking you, but you're still losing. Not in one dramatic collapse, but in tiny decisions that shrink your life a little more every day. Comfort doesn't just steal time. It dulls ambition. It makes hard things feel heavier and easy things feel necessary. After a while, you don't even notice the bars because the prison is warm and familiar. But the price is brutal. Your potential becomes a fantasy you keep talking about instead of a reality you build. Do this. Pick one uncomfortable thing you've been avoiding and do it daily. Not weekly, daily. Speak English out loud for 10 minutes. Post your work. Apply for the job. Train when you don't feel like it. Show up even when you feel imperfect. Comfort is a choice. So is growth. Choose one hard act a day and watch your confidence come back. Lesson 4. I'll do it later is self-sabotage with a smile. Later sounds polite, responsible, like you're simply waiting for the right moment. But most of the time, later is just fear wearing good manners. It's procrastination with a calm voice. And it's deadly because it doesn't feel like failure. It feels like you're still in control until weeks pass and nothing moves. Later is where dreams go to die quietly, not with a crash, but with silence. You don't quit, you just delay. One more day, one more scroll, one more excuse. And eventually, the dream becomes something you talk about in the past tense. I used to want to do this. Start with 10 minutes. Set a timer and begin, even if you feel unready. Write the ugly first paragraph. Do the first set. Open the project and make one change. Send the message. Apply before you feel qualified. Start messy, because messy is real. Perfect is a trap. Momentum isn't built from perfect plans. Momentum is built from small starts, repeated until your brain learns, we are the kind of person who begins. Lesson 5. Thinking isn't progress. Action is. Overthinking feels productive because it's loud. Your brain stays busy, your tabs stay open, your notes keep growing, and it looks like work. But thinking is not progress. Action is. If you keep researching, organizing, and optimizing, and you never move, you're not preparing. You're hiding. Hiding from failure, from judgment, from the uncomfortable moment where you find out what you can actually do. Planning has a place, but most people use it as a shield. They want certainty before they start. They want the perfect method, the perfect routine, the perfect strategy. Meanwhile, the days pass and the goal stays the same distance away. Do this. For every hour you plan, spend 2 hours executing. Make it a rule. Planning is cheap. Execution is costly. And that's why it changes you. Build first, improve after. Write the draft, ship the version, do the reps, publish the post. The world doesn't reward potential or perfect ideas. It rewards output, iteration, and consistency. Start moving, then adjust while you're in motion. Lesson 6. Become the person who doesn't negotiate with weakness. Most people live by mood. If they feel like it, they act. If they don't, they wait. And waiting becomes a lifestyle. The world is full of talented people who never built anything because they kept negotiating with their own weakness. Just today, I'm tired. I'll start Monday. I deserve a break. That voice always sounds reasonable. That's why it wins. Winners aren't more motivated. They're more consistent. They don't depend on emotional weather. They rely on systems. They show up when it's boring, when it's hard, when no one is watching. Consistency beats intensity because it compounds. Do this. Decide your non-negotiables. Choose a wake time. Commit to training. Protect a daily study/work block. And make one rule that removes the biggest leak. No phone in bed. Write these down like terms of a deal. Then follow them like it's a contract. Not a suggestion, not most days, a contract. Because every time you keep a promise to yourself, you build self-respect. And self-respect is the real engine behind discipline. Lesson 7. Your real opponent is your old self. Your biggest enemy isn't the economy, your schedule, your bad luck, or other people. Those things can make life harder, but they're not what stops you most days. The real opponent is inside you. It's the old version of you that wants comfort, certainty, and zero risk. The voice that whispers, "Skip it. Rest. Not today. You can't." It doesn't shout. It doesn't threaten. It sounds like common sense. And that's why it's dangerous. That voice isn't evil. It's just outdated programming. Habits built from fear, laziness, and past disappointments. But if you obey it, you stay the same. You keep repeating the same week, the same excuses, the same life. Do this. Every day, win one small battle against that voice. 1. Not 10. 1. When it says scroll, you read 1 page. When it says skip training, you do 10 minutes. When it says don't speak, you speak English out loud. When it says wait, you send the message. 1 win per day sounds small, but it's not. It's a vote for a new identity. Stack those votes and you become someone different. Lesson 8. Willpower is a muscle. Train it. Feelings are unstable. They shift with the weather, your sleep, your stress, your hormones, even what you ate. Some days you wake up sharp and hungry. Other days you wake up heavy, distracted, and not in the mood. If your life is led by feelings, your life will be led by excuses. Because excuses are just feelings wearing logic. Willpower isn't a personality trait you either have or don't have. It's a skill, a muscle, and like any muscle, it grows through resistance. The moments that build you are the moments you don't want to move. That's where the training happens. Do this. Pick one discipline habit and keep it for 30 days. Just one. A fixed wake time. 10 minutes of English speaking. A daily workout. 1 hour of deep work. No sugar after dinner. Make it small enough to be realistic, but strict enough to matter. Track it every day. Don't debate. Don't see how you feel. Show up, especially on the days you don't feel like it. Those days are the gym for your mind. After 30 days, you won't just have a habit. You'll have proof that you can command yourself. Lesson 9. Comparison is poison. Comparison doesn't just hurt your feelings, it rewires your mind. You look at someone's highlight reel, the perfect body, the money, the travel, the confidence, the overnight success. and you compare it to your behind the scenes, your doubts, your messy routine, your unfinished work, your normal life. Then you call that comparison truth. But it isn't truth. It's a distorted camera angle, and the cost is brutal. Comparison steals joy, energy, and focus, exactly what you need to build anything. It makes you impatient with your own progress. It makes you feel late, even when you're still early. It pushes you into either quitting or copying, instead of doing the slow, personal work that actually fits you. Do this. Unfollow what makes you hate your life. Not because you're weak, because you're strategic. Your feed is a diet. Stop eating poison. Then follow what makes you build your life. People who teach, create, train, ship, and improve in public. Use inspiration as fuel, not a weapon, and set one rule. Compare only to who you were last month. Are you stronger, more consistent, more skilled? If yes, you're winning. Lesson 10. Don't take directions from people who've never been there. Advice is cheap. Everyone has an opinion, especially people who aren't risking anything. They'll tell you what's realistic, what will never work, what you should do, while they stay comfortable on the sidelines. Experience is rare, and if someone hasn't built what you want to build, their opinion is just noise. Not because they're bad people, but because they're speaking from imagination, not results. Spectators judge outcomes. Doers understand process. Spectators see the highlight and call it luck. Doers see the boring repetitions, the failures, the systems, and the patience. If you listen to the wrong voices, you'll start doubting the right path. Do this. Learn from doers. Ignore the spectators. Choose a small group of sources, people who have actually achieved the skill, physique, business, career, or mindset you want. Study what they do, not what they say. Mentors don't always teach you directly. Sometimes the lesson is in their daily output. How they train, how they work, how they simplify, how they keep showing up. Watch the work, copy the principles, then do your reps. Lesson 11. Choose yourself before the world approves you. Most people won't support you at the beginning, not because they hate you, but because they can't see what you see. Early effort looks awkward. New goals look unrealistic. A first attempt looks like failure. So they stay quiet, or they tease, or they worry out loud. And if you're waiting for applause to start, you'll never move. The world claps when it's safe. It respects you after the results. That's the test. Can you choose yourself when there's no proof yet? Can you act while you're still small, still learning, still unsure? Confidence doesn't come first. Commitment does. You don't need belief from others. You need alignment with your own future. Do this. Give yourself permission to start now. Imperfect, early, embarrassed if needed. Post the first version. Speak even if your English isn't clean. Apply even if you don't feel ready. Train even if you feel out of shape. Let it be messy. Let it be real. No one builds a new life by waiting for permission. Permission is a luxury. Action is the entry fee. Lesson 12. No risk, no story. A safe life can be comfortable and empty. You can protect yourself from embarrassment, rejection, and failure, but you'll also protect yourself from growth, pride, and real momentum. Safety feels intelligent, but often it's just fear with good posture. And the truth is simple. Every person you admire paid a price. Not always money. More often, they paid with time, ego, comfort, and certainty. They were willing to look foolish for a while so they could become dangerous later. Risk is the entrance fee to any meaningful change. You don't get a better life by staying the same person with the same habits. You get it by stepping into moments where the outcome isn't guaranteed. Do this. Take one risk today. Apply for the role. Send the message. Speak up in English. Post your work. Launch the small version. Ask for help. Ask for the sale. Ask for the meeting. Make it real enough that your heart speeds up a little. Then ask yourself a better question. Not, what if I fail? You already know that story. Ask, what if it works? What if one brave action today becomes the turning point you've been waiting for? The clock doesn't care about your fear. Time is neutral. It doesn't punish you and it doesn't reward you. It just moves. It won't slow down because you're confused, anxious, or not ready yet. It won't pause because you need more motivation or a clearer plan. While you hesitate, the hours still pass. While you scroll, the days still disappear. And one day you'll look up, maybe after a birthday, a breakup, a missed opportunity, and wonder where the years went. Fear tries to convince you that waiting is safer. But waiting has a cost you can't get back. It steals your best energy, your sharpest seasons, the time when learning is fastest and recovery is easiest. The clock doesn't care if you were scared. It only cares that time is gone. Do this. Stop living like you have unlimited tries. Treat your days like they matter, because they do. Ask yourself, if I repeat today for a year, what will my life look like? Then make one decision that your future self would thank you for. Act like your future is watching you, because it is, and it remembers what you chose when it was hard. Nobody is coming, and that's freedom. This truth hurts at first, because a part of you still hopes someone will appear and fix it. The perfect mentor, the perfect job, the perfect relationship, the perfect moment. But most people are too busy carrying their own problems to carry yours. They might care, they might wish you well, but they won't wake up early for you. They won't force you to train, study, apply, or face your fears. Waiting for rescue is the quiet way people stay stuck. And then the truth flips, because it's also empowering. If nobody is coming, you don't need permission. You don't need approval. You don't need a savior. You get to decide. You get to build. Do this. Stop waiting for rescue. Start building. Pick one area, health, money, skills, relationships, and take one concrete step today that you can repeat tomorrow. Make a simple plan. Keep your promises. Learn what you need. Remove what distracts you. Ask for help when it's useful, but never depend on it. When you accept that no one is coming, you finally become dangerous, in a good way. Dangerous because you stop negotiating. Dangerous because you move. Dangerous because you become the person who handles life instead of hoping life handles you. If not now, when? You don't need a new month, a new Monday, or a perfect burst of motivation. You need a new decision. Most people aren't stuck because they lack information. They're stuck because they keep postponing discomfort. They keep waiting for the right time, as if life is going to open a clean window where everything feels easy. It won't. The right time is usually messy. You're tired, uncertain, not fully ready, and that's exactly why the decision matters. Waiting feels responsible, but it's a trap. It gives you the illusion of progress without the risk of action. And the longer you wait, the heavier the first step becomes, because now you're carrying guilt, doubt, and lost time on your back. Do this. Take the next step today, the smallest, real step you can take. Not a fantasy step, a real one. Write the first paragraph. Do 10 minutes of training. Send one application. Make the call. Open the project and work for 15 focused minutes. Small is fine. Weak is fine. Late is fine. But not starting is not fine. If not now, when? Choose today and let tomorrow be the result, not the excuse. You are not a tree. You can change direction. A tree is stuck where it's planted. You're not. You can move. You can rebuild. You can choose again. You can change your habits, your body, your income, your skills, your circle, and your mindset. The past can explain you, why you react the way you do, why certain things feel hard, why you developed certain patterns, but the past does not define you, unless you keep using it as a script. Most people don't fail because they can't change. They fail because they keep calling their old habits who I am. They say, I'm just lazy. I'm not disciplined. I'm not good with money. I can't learn languages. That's not identity. That's history. And history can be edited, one choice at a time. Do this. Write your new identity in one sentence. Make it simple and active. I'm the kind of person who trains daily. I'm a builder who ships work every week. I speak English out loud every day. Then behave like that person for a week. Not forever, just 7 days. Let your actions prove it. Identity isn't found, it's built. And the fastest way to change your life is to change what you repeatedly do. Other people's expectations can steal your whole life. Living for approval looks responsible. It looks polite. It looks mature. You follow the safe path, avoid conflict, keep everyone comfortable, say yes when you mean no, and shrink your dreams to fit other people's opinions. But one day you realize the truth. You didn't build a life, you managed other people's feelings. You became a supporting character in someone else's story. Expectations are dangerous because they're invisible. They arrive as advice, tradition, guilt, or concern. And if you don't choose your own direction, someone else will choose it for you. You'll work jobs you don't respect, stay in rooms that drain you, and delay the life you actually want. Do this. Choose your values over applause. Write down what matters to you: health, freedom, mastery, family, creativity, integrity, and use that list as your compass. When you make decisions, ask, does this move me toward my values or toward approval? And understand this. Sometimes growth means disappointing people who benefit from you staying small. Not because they're evil, because your change threatens their comfort. Let them be uncomfortable. You're not here to be liked. You're here to live your own story. Pain can break you or forge you. You've been through things: loss, stress, disappointment, betrayal, failure. Years that didn't go the way you hoped. None of that makes you weak. It makes you human. Pain isn't proof that you're broken. It's proof that you've lived. The question is what you do with it. Pain can shrink you if you keep running from it, if you numb it with distractions, if you avoid hard conversations, If you hide behind comfort, it turns into bitterness and fear. But pain can also become fuel. It can become the fire that forces you to grow up, level up, and stop wasting your life. The same experience that could destroy you can also shape you, if you decide it will. Do this. Turn the pain into training. When you feel it, don't escape. Convert it. Put it into work. Put it into discipline. Put it into learning. Put it into creation. Lift when you don't feel like lifting. Study when your mind wants to spiral. Build something that proves you're still in control. Let your story make you sharper, not smaller. Don't let what happened to you become your excuse. Let it become your edge. Starve distractions. Feed focus. Your attention is the most expensive currency you own. Money comes and goes. Time passes no matter what. But attention is the lever that decides what your time becomes. If your attention is scattered, your life will be scattered. Half-started projects, shallow work, constant anxiety, and the feeling that you're always busy but never moving. Distractions don't usually arrive as bad choices. They arrive as tiny comforts, a notification, a quick scroll, a 5-minute video, another tab, another message. Each one feels harmless, but they fragment your mind. And a fragmented mind can't build anything meaningful: skills, strength, income, confidence, peace. Do this. Remove one major distraction. Delete the app. Mute the notifications. Move the icon off your home screen. Block the site. Make it physically harder to relapse. Then set one deep focus block daily. 45 to 90 minutes with your phone out of reach. One task, zero multitasking. Treat it like a meeting you cannot cancel. Protect your mind like it's your future. Because it is. Life owes you nothing. Earn it. This isn't cruel. It's clarifying. The world doesn't hand out rewards because you meant well, because you suffered, or because you have so much potential. Potential is invisible. It can't be measured. It can't be trusted. The world pays for what shows up. Results, skills, courage, consistency. It pays for output, not intention. That's why waiting for someone to notice you is a weak strategy. People notice evidence. They notice the work that gets shipped, the body that got trained, the skill that got built, the business that produced value. You don't become confident by hoping. You become confident by stacking proof. Do this. Raise your standards. Decide what you will no longer tolerate from your habits, your environment, your discipline. Then keep your promises to yourself, especially the small ones, because that's where self-respect is built. Work when it's boring. Show up when you're tired. Train when motivation is gone. Learn when no one is clapping. That's how you build a life people call luck. Luck is just consistency hidden over time. Final truth. If you're struggling right now, it doesn't mean it's over. It doesn't mean you're broken, behind, or not meant for it. It means you're in the middle, the part where the work is real, the results are slow, and the doubts get loud. This is the stretch where most people quit, not because they can't do it, but because they can't tolerate being uncomfortable without immediate reward. Don't quit. Quitting doesn't just stop the progress, it teaches your brain a dangerous lesson. When it gets hard, we escape. And that lesson follows you into everything: health, money, relationships, confidence. But if you stay, If you push through the boring and the messy, you earn something deeper than motivation. You earn trust in yourself. You don't need a perfect plan. Perfection is often just fear disguised as standards. You need a real start, a simple, honest action that proves you're still moving. Today, do one thing your future self will thank you for. One workout, one page, one application, one hard conversation, 1 hour of focus. Small is fine, if it's real. Then do it again tomorrow. That's how your life turns.